What's up, everyone? So last week we got to do an unboxing of the Joby Smart Stabilizer under $100. This week we got the bad boy on the block, brand spanking new, the DJI OM4, otherwise known as the OSMO 4. This is Ricardo Riquelme. Welcome to Average Tech User Reviews. So this week, I really don't want to do a head-to-head as much as I just want to talk about what's the good and what's the bad of both of these. Obviously, DJI has been in the game for a long time. This is their 4th generation gimbal, as long as their OSMO Pocket. This bad boy right here, I had just heard about when I was in a Best Buy shopping for a gimbal, and they were sold out. So this was the last one, but I was intrigued by the price, which was $99.99. And I just wanted to try it out, knowing that this guy right here was coming out. So in this video, we're gonna focus on what's the benefits of both. Are there any cons to the DJI OSMO? We're gonna dig in and get to it. So I want to start off with ease of use. If you're an average tech user, ease of use is definitely key. Well, this is not easy, it's not simple, they both have their quirks. As far as starting is concerned, I would say the DJI OSMO 4 is the easiest one to get started. But when you're filming, there's some things you need to know, which makes this bad boy right here, the Joby Smart Stabilizer, just a tad better, a tad easier as far as the overall filming. So one of the best touches that I've ever seen was how DJI went from the OSMO 3 to the OSMO 4. They're almost identical with the exception of this right here, the magnet. So now with the OSMO 4, you take this clip and you put it right on your phone. Now, one thing you want to do is you want to make sure it's centered. So you can slide, once it's on, you can slide it up, slide it down. It's not too hard. And then you take it and you go put it right there, and it's on. It's done. So now you turn it on. And that's it. You're ready to rock and roll. Now obviously you're going to want to download the DJI app, as well as trying to find any tutorials as far as helping you with, one, the features, and two, the filming. So if I had to say overall ease of use, I would say the overall ease of use would be the DJI OSMO. And the only reason why I say that is because the app is just that much more intuitive. But what makes this guy a little hard is when you want to get low to the ground, you have to hold it like this. You can hold it like this, but then sometimes it glitches a little bit on you. At least that was from my experience. So I'm not going to get too much into the features, as I'm going to do a screen recording so that way you can actually see the features on the app itself visually. I just wanted to tell you some of my experiences. So we'll come now to the Joby. So the Joby isn't really that easy to start up. The Joby is actually a little bit of a pain for me. And the reason why I say the Joby is a little bit of a pain is it's this simple. Not only you have to put the phone into the clip, almost like the OSMO, right? But this doesn't have the magnet. So once you have the magnet on, you can just keep going boom, 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 boom as many times as you want. They also have a pop socket. And in that pop socket, you can permanently put the magnet on your phone if you're into the pop sockets, where you never need the clip and you just boom, 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 right with your phone. So with the Joby, you put this in here, and then after you put that in there, there's a big thing right here, a little thing right here that says lock and unlock. Okay, so what you're gonna do is now you're gonna slide unlock. All right, once you slide unlock, there is some type of measuring tape here. You can see it right there. So the first thing you want to do is you need to balance it. So here we go. I'm gonna go right here. We're gonna wait till we get it balanced. So once you get it balanced, which Joby says is around right here, then you can turn it on. So now this bad boy right now is on. So what I really like about the Joby specifically is the way when you hold it when you're filming, especially when you're in landscape mode, is you hold it like this. So this is a more natural position to hold a gimbal. Now, when you want to get low to the ground, you pull out the telescope, you bring it down, and then you can bring it any way you want without actually having to get really low to the ground. Now, let me turn this off real quick. Now with the OSMO, it's possible to get low to the ground. So you're really gonna have to bend down really low, and then the app will inform you if you're trying to get something low, this is the position to hold it in. So now you have to really hold your OSMO or your gimbal in a really, really unsatisfying position. So that's one of my biggest quirks. Now, there's ways you can film like that, but as you can see right there, it starts glitching. There's sometimes when you have to reset it and so forth. Now, as far as overall ease of use, like I said before, I'm gonna go with the OSMO just because the app is just that more intuitive. The active track is superb. The panorama is way better. Everything is literally in the app, and it has the full support of Filmic Pro. Yes, I said it, Filmic Pro. So as soon as you hook up your DJI with your phone and you open up Filmic Pro, you go to hardware and you could literally control everything from Filmic Pro. That is huge. So the video you just seen, I incorporated both of these devices. I use this a lot for my B-rolls, and this I use for pretty much everything else. So I was thinking to myself, I was really gonna love this guy, and I really do love this guy, but this guy actually helps with the job as well. So I found myself using the OSMO maybe about 85% of the time, and this guy right here about 15% of the time. This guy really helped me with my B-rolls. Not to say that some of my B-rolls wasn't completed with this, because this did awesome. Another thing I found was that the stabilization on the Joby was a tad better than the OSMO. That's not saying that the OSMO was bad. The OSMO was nothing to sneeze at. But like I said, if you're looking for feature rich, the OSMO is the way to go. Not to say the Joby doesn't have any features. The Joby has almost all the features this guy has, but just the way DJI implements those features is just mind-blowing. The technology in this thing is wow factor, right? So if you want some basic tutorials, check the links below. I'll put the basic tutorial for the Joby and the basic tutorial for the OSMO. So in my opinion, obviously the OSMO is definitely better than the Joby, but the Joby was a solid contender. So if you're trying to save some money, you're not gonna go wrong with this guy one bit. But if you can spare the extra 50 bucks, this guy right here, ease of use right out the box. The DJI app is better and has full support with Filmic Pro. So due to some time constraints, the video you saw didn't really have 100% color correction, but I believe it really did come out very good. The stabilization you see in those videos was due to the Joby and the OSMO 4. There's no denying it. There's no way I could produce that type of footage with just my hands and my camera phone. And just like I said last week, the stabilization in smartphones have become ridiculously good, but they're just not there yet. You're talking about dedicated gimbals, 3-axis, which allows the phone to move in a very smooth manner. And some of that footage that you've seen, I was actually running, rock climbing, and literally on my knees, just dragging along to do those B-rolls. I promise you, if you're really into your photography and you want to take that serious, and all you have is a smartphone, this is definitely the way to go. The things you could do with a smartphone in today's world makes a lot of things possible. And remember, sometimes it's not really about how good the actual picture quality looks as much as the content that you're putting out. I still know people that are watching TVs on 1080p. If you're watching cable, just so you know, most cable channels on a regular cable line is still only broadcasting at 720p. Not to say you can't get cable channels at 4K, because you can via DirecTV or some type of streaming way. But if you're one of the old guards but you still have an HD TV cable box, trust me, you're watching cable TV literally at 720p. Some channels you get 1080p. 4K is more like your Disney Pluses of the world, your Netflix, your Apple TV Plus, and so forth. So remember, don't go out and spend $1,500 you don't have on a camera that's going to collect dust. Use what you have. Your smartphone is more capable than you believe. So if you like what you hear, press like, subscribe, and share. And don't forget to reach out to me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Remember, there's nothing wrong with average. See you the next time.